Hi guys, welcome to a new update of all the things I've picked up in the last few weeks since February, we're in March now. So most of these are CDs. I picked a lot of them up online, all stuff I really wanted, and a couple of new releases as well. Good mixture. I'll just get started with the CDs as usual first. The first one I picked up last weekend at a charity shop. It's a soundtrack to the film Beaches. I have seen the film. It's a very, very beautiful film about friendship and it's very funny as well. And the ending's really emotional. Just for to say, in case you haven't seen it, beautiful film now, nonetheless, with Bette Midler and Barbara Hershey. And Bette Midler pretty much performs all the songs off this CD. I think it was Under the Boardwalk, which is a great opening song. Wind Beneath My Wings, which is one of Bette's biggest hits, obviously. I've still got My Health, The Glory of Love, which is a really beautiful. It's become quite a recent favourite of mine actually. Um, it's just a shame that there's a couple of songs that off the film which aren't included. I wish the up-tempo version of The Glory of Love was included on this CD, but it isn't. But nonetheless, it was a good price, and it's nice to listen to this along with the film at the same time. I think. Just so you can really get the full feel of the soundtrack, because it's amazing. Next is a new album from the Charlie XCX, Sucker. I know this came out a while ago in America and other territories before Christmas, but it was released later in the UK for some reason. Very, very good album. I think I prefer this to than the first one. Even though I did love the synth pop element of the first album, I feel like this one has got more personality and more charisma, I think, and it's got more packs, more of a punch, I think. Like we're getting to know the real Charlie on this one. I love nearly all the tracks, even the songs that aren't singles. I like Breaking Up. That's probably my favourite track off this album so far. It's the one I've been listening to on repeat the most. I also I like Break the Walls as well. I think that's a really great song. I love the melody in the background. And I haven't really listened to the second half that much yet. I'm still enjoying the first half, so I haven't really gone past Body of My Own yet. I've only been through it like once, but I really can't wait to get back into it because I really want to enjoy this album a lot. So, very good. Next is an album that came out this week, and it's Madonna Rebel Heart. A lot of people are probably talking about this now and what they think of it and stuff. Um, this is the standard edition. It was the only CD version I saw at the supermarket when I picked it up yesterday, which is a pity. So if anyone recommends the deluxe, let me know what it's like. I haven't listened to the deluxe bonus tracks yet, but I'm looking to. Very nice artwork, very bold and very stylish. I am enjoying this CD. I think it's very good so far. Quite impressive. My favourite track off here so far is Ghost Town. I think that has to be the next single. A lot of fans are saying that at the moment, and much of a good track Ghost Town is, which I agree. Yeah, the only track that I haven't really liked that much so far is, I think, Bitch on Madonna with Nicki Minaj. Also like Devil Pain Unapologetic Bitch. I haven't really listened to the second half properly yet. I've only listened to it once, but I will get back into it. So yeah, very good so far though nonetheless. I think I like it much more than MDNA, I think. Next is a CD I picked up the other day from H&V, and it was the only PJ Harvey album I was missing, and it's White Chalk. It's like in this little paper slipcase, very good condition, and it's got a nice picture of a side view when you put it out. I haven't listened to this CD yet because I still haven't listened to Her yet, because I really want to enjoy the PJ Harvey albums a lot and really get to take my time with them. I've only just properly finished Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea, which I picked up like a year ago. So I'll definitely be getting onto this one eventually very soon. Hopefully before the new album comes out, when. I only know one song off it, it's The Piano, which was a promotional release at the time. But yeah, I've heard good stuff about this. I've heard it's like a horror film, but onto an album, so it'll probably be my taste because I love horror films and things like that. And I also picked up some PJ Harvey singles off the internet. In my last update, I've shown a couple, and I said that the ones I ordered hadn't arrived yet, but they are here now. The first one is PJ Harvey, This Is Love, You Said Something, which is off the Stories from the City, Stories from the Sea album. And there's also a third track called A Place Called Home, taken from Lamac Live. So yeah, it's got some a good mixture of songs on this one. The next one is A Perfect Day Elite. The box is really damaged and scratched to death on this one, but yeah, this was from the Is This Desire album, and the B-sides are The Bay, and the third track is Instrumental Free. Yeah. And next is one of my favourite ones, which I really wanted. It's PJ Harvey, Down by the Water, which was the lead single off I forgot the name of it. God, it's one of my favourite albums. What is this? To Give You My Love, To Bring You My Love. I don't know what happened now. How could I forget the name of my favourite PJ Harvey album? Yeah, Down by the Water. Very great track. It's just so good. I really do recommend it to anyone. And I have listened to the B-sides on this CD. And the second track, Line in the Sun, it's really good. It's a fantastic B-side. It could have been on the album very easily. It's very eerie. I love the guitar and just very sinister. Great B-side to put on a great single. So love that one. Next is 50 Feet Queenie. This was off the Rid of Me album. Yeah, one of the more up-tempo, more commercial sounding songs off the Rid of Me album, because that album is very, very raw and hard and in your face. Like, some of the tracks are really mental, so if you know what I mean. But yeah, this one's much more one of the more accessible songs, I like to say. But it's very good. Very nice artwork as well. It kind of reminds me of a DIY poster for some reason from the 90s. So, and the last one is a very, very old one, and it's from the Dry album, and it's Shalina Gig. I can't really pronounce it properly, even though I can sing it better than pronouncing it. Yeah, the B-sides are Hair and Joe. Hair is already on the Dry album. Very nice artwork, very unusual, but yeah, it's really old. I mean, look at the disc. It's the way it's just been designed. It's just, it looks very, very independent looking. So yeah. And next, that's all the PJ Harvey stuff. Now we're going to more CDs. The next one is Kelly Clarkson, Piece by Piece. I do like Kelly Clarkson. I've got pretty much all their albums. I really enjoyed Stronger, which was her last proper album, you know, because after that she released The Greatest Hits and the Christmas album. I really like this album. It's very good so far. I've only listened to about 7 tracks, but I think my favourite tracks are Someone. I think I really enjoyed that one. I liked Invincible as well. The vocals sound very good on that. I do like Heartbeat Song, but it's not my favourite lead single off of Kelly Clarkson compared to like I like Stronger and what else, Never Again, and I just think it's not the best. I mean, although I'm listening to all the album and I'm really enjoying it, and the artwork is really beautiful as well, with the shiny cover and very nice in line, sorry. So yeah, I've heard mixed reviews about this album. Some say it's the best yet, and some say it's not very good. But yeah, I'm enjoying it nonetheless. Next one is an artist I've been getting into a bit more recently. I wasn't really a fan of her last year when All About That Bass came out. It's Meghan Trainor Title. But I thought I'd listen to the album on YouTube, and it's really good. It's like a throwback to like the 50s, 60s era. She's got a good voice as well. I just think All About That Bass, I think it was a very overplayed song. And I do like the second single, Lips Are Moving. I think that's a great track. But I think all the other tracks are just as good. There's a song on here called Dear Future Husband, and I'm hoping that will be a single, because that's really great. It's probably my favourite track of the album so far. I've had a fair listen to it so far, and it is very cheerful and upbeat, and it's nice to have an album like this in your collection, I think. Um, yeah, quite nice artwork as well. I like the colour styling, so yeah, quite impressed with that one. Next is one I picked up from a charity shop, and I know that David is a big fan of this artist. So it's Gwen Stefani, Love Angel Music Baby. I see this CD pretty much everywhere, like in a lot of charity shops and markets and whatnot. And I do remember vaguely some of Gwen Stefani's solo stuff being on the music channel years ago, but I can never remember what it sounded like. And then I picked this album up, and the songs Holler Back Girl and What Are You Waiting For, when I listen to them, it all come back to me. I haven't heard them for a long time, and it just reminds me of like my school days and stuff when these were released. So yeah, very good album so far. It's kind of a very good mixture of genres. It's kind of 80s punk, R&B, pop. It's all mixed together, but it's quite interesting. Nice artwork as well. I love the Alice in Wonderland theme on this album as well in the booklet. So yeah, I'll have to pick up the second solo album. Next is a CD single. I saw this in the charity shop, and I love this song. It's like one of my favourite songs ever, and it's Sugar Babes to Lost in You, and I love the artwork as well. I really like the artwork from the Free era. It was basically just the bold titling and all these beautiful pictures of the girls at the bottom. If you've got the album and the singles, you'd know what I mean. But yeah, this is one of my favourite Sugar Babes singles. Probably my favourite Sugar Babes ballads, I think. Very nice music video as well. Simple but effective. So yeah, love it. And next are two Bjork singles. The first one is Hunter, and I picked this up online. I love the artwork from the music video of the 3D animated polar bear. It just looks so 90s when I look at it. And the B-sides are All Is Full of Love in Love with Funk Strong remix, and the third track is a Hunter remix. Yeah, I prefer B-sides to the remixes, but yeah, got that one. And next is Alarm Call. The single version's a bit different than the album version. The single version's a lot more up-tempo and faster. I think both versions are just as good. It's nice to have both, and you can really depend which version you want to listen to. Again, very 90s artwork as well. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Black Eyed Peas, The End era, even though this was before then. And there's just two remixes on this CD. So yeah, I know there's like 3 different versions of these singles. So I'll have to try and research and try and invest in some of those, but I'm in no rush to really at this moment because I'm happy I've just got the one. So yeah, and next are some CDs from one artist. I might as well share them all together because I've been getting into a lot recently. And Barbra Streisand. The first CD is Duets. I picked this up because it's got 19 songs on this, and there's some really good collaborations which I haven't even got. Especially Get Happy, Happy Days Are Here Again with Judy Garland, who I love. Also like Make No Mistake He's Mine with Kim Carnes, and I love her voice. And of course it has like the stuff she did with Barry Gibb and Barry Manilow and Celine Dion, which are already on my greatest hits CD. So it's a good price, and I really do recommend it if you're getting into Barbra Streisand. So yeah, very nice artwork as well, really shows off her nose. Next is the soundtrack to A Star Is Born. I haven't even seen this film. I've seen the 1954 version with Judy Garland, obviously, which I showed in my last update, but I haven't seen this version. The reason why as well is because the DVD for this film isn't really released in this country, in the UK, for some reason. So if I had to get it, I'd have to try and get a Region 1 copy, but maybe eventually, I'm not sure. But very good soundtrack, very rocky, Very different to the 1954 version, a lot. It has Evergreen on this CD as well, which was one of her biggest hits. So yeah, very nice artwork as well, and the booklet inside has some beautiful pictures. And next is What Matters Most. This was released in 2011, and it's Barbara singing the lyrics of Alan and Marilyn Bergman. I haven't had time to listen to this one yet, but I will be in future, I think, when I get the chance. Very nice artwork again. I have a feeling I probably won't enjoy this as much of her other albums, but it was a good price and I thought I'd get it. And next is the Back to Broadway album from 1993. I've had a listen to this so far. It's a very good mix. Even though I'm not usually a fan of covers, I've grown to like more covers lately if they're good, well made and not just manufactured sounding covers. Some Enchanted Evening from South Pacific's on here, which is great. The Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera, which really shows off her operatic voice. Look Be a Lady from Guys and Dolls. I think I prefer the original version than Barbara's. Sorry. Some other great tracks as well. Good price as well. It's probably one of Barbara's more accessible albums you can find anywhere. So yeah, it's nice artwork. Yeah, really impressed. And I picked this one up from H&V, and it's the Guilty album, and it's produced by Barry Gibb, and he sang on 2 songs off his album, Guilty and What Kind of Fool. I only know the singles off this album. I've had a listen through it, and it all sounds very good so far. I love Woman in Love. I've only just started listening to that track a lot more recently, and I really am enjoying it a lot more. It's grown on me, so I'll have to go back to the album very soon and let all the album grow on me even more, because I think this will probably be one of my favourites. Very nice artwork. It's just so iconic. It was a massive seller in the UK, this album, because obviously Barry Gibb is British and is very much loved here. So yeah, very interesting experimental album. So yeah. And the very last CD was one I saw in a second-hand shop, and it was a good price, and I thought I'd just pick it up. And it's Easter Parade, the soundtrack, which has Fred Astaire and Judy Garland on. Yeah, it's got a lot of songs off this album. I don't remember all these songs being from the film. There's 31 tracks on here. There must be something up there, because it basically has pretty much all the tracks, maybe even more. I have seen Easter Parade as well, and I don't remember that being that many songs in the film. Very merry film, and very upbeat, and yeah, very interesting now. And the booklet inside is quite nice. It's got loads of photos and information about the film and whatnot. So yeah. And now we'll do the vinyls. There's only a few, because I haven't really seen anything I wanted recently. And ordering vinyls online can be a pain, because if no one's in the house when the vinyls are delivered here, I have to go all the way to the post office to sign and collect them. So that's a bit of a pain. I picked up some 7-inches. The first one is Cyndi Lauper, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, which I've wanted for a while, but I never seem to find a copy until now. And the B-side is White Track, Wrong Train, and I love the artwork. It's really bold and 80s, and styled very beautifully. Great song, fantastic. Next one is Bangles, Going Down to Liverpool. I really love this track, and the music video starred Leonard Nimoy, who obviously recently passed away recently, excuse me. And the B-side is Let It Go, and it's from the Different Light album. I think this one was released during the Different Light era, even though this was released on the album before, all over the place. So it was released trying to get more successful, because during the Different Light era, that's when the Bangles really hit the big time. Great artwork as well. I love that photo of all the members. Yeah. And the last one is one I ordered online, and it's Losing My Mind with Liza Minnelli. This is basically a Pet Shop Boys song with Liza. and it's the lead single of the 1989 album Results, which I love. It's fantastic. I really do recommend anyone listening to this song. If you like 80s, if you like Pet Shop Boys, or if you like Liza Minnelli, try this out because an amazing track. It just grew on me the minute I heard it, and I was just so impressed. And I've been listening to it a lot more over time, and yeah, I'm still loving it as well. That's why I wanted to get the vinyl single. So yeah, and the B side is Tonight Is Forever. And I picked up one album, and this is the very last item, and I picked this up yesterday, and it's Bangles All Over the Place. Yeah, what a really great album, even though I do prefer a different light and everything to this one. But it's a very 60s, I can see a bit of 60s influence on this album. Um, Great artwork as well, the black and white font. And the singles off this were Hero Takes a Fall and Going Down to Liverpool, which I just had the single for. And there's also a track on here called James, which I remember being really great. I haven't listened to this album in a while because I've got it on CD, but I haven't listened to it for some time, so I have to listen back to it on the vinyl copy and mesmerise the feeling. Yeah, it's a great album, not my favourite, but I saw it in a record shop and I thought it was a good price and I thought I'll just get it. So yeah, and that is it, everyone. I sorry about the vinyls not being the most exciting ones, but there just hasn't been that much recently. I might as well say that I think my updates are going to be a lot less frequent from now on, because I think I'm getting a lot of stuff that I've got that I really wanted already. The only things I'll try and be doing a lot more reviews in future, because I think I really want to try and do some good proper reviews for albums I love. My next update will probably be like next month, unless, because next week of course is the release of Bjork's new album and Marine and the Diamonds, which is shocking. Two of my favourite artists releasing the same week. So next week will be clogged up with listening to those two albums. I'll see if I can try and do an unboxing of the one and maybe a review afterwards, but I'm not promising anything. So that is it, everyone. I hope you're having a good week, obviously, and take care.